I am here to show you how fast and easy making latkes is. Doesn't have to be an hours long process, I swear to God, okay? So here we go, we're gonna start timing. It's 5:36, company coming at 6. We're gonna have latkes done by then, I promise. Okay, the very first thing, so I'm all about multitasking and efficiency. And the thing is, you think, okay, what are the things that are gonna take time that we can get started while we're doing other things? So the thing that takes time is the oil getting up to temperature. So that's the very first thing I do. I haven't touched the potatoes yet. And for the oil, you know, you don't want to skip on the oil, but I know you know that already. So you want plenty of oil so that it cooks in the middle. I've made that mistake. If you don't put enough oil, it takes forever to cook. So that's another thing that saves on time. Okay, so that's starting to get hot. And now we're gonna go over here. And here's the thing about potatoes. So, yes, you can do the Cuisinart. Over here, hun. Yes, you can do the Cuisinart. But the problem with the Cuisinart is that it takes a lot of time to set up and clean. So it's not the best way to do it. I very much prefer using an old-fashioned hand grater. It's actually much faster than you would expect. Especially when you consider that the time that it takes to set up the Cuisinart and clean the Cuisinart makes it not very efficient. So, and yes, you can put the Cuisinart parts in the dishwasher, but just taking the dang thing apart. Now you do have to be careful, of course, when you're doing a hand thing, and when it gets down to about yay big, I just leave it. So as you can see, it's pretty fast. I don't bother peeling the potatoes. There's no reason to do that. It's where all the nutrients are, and so there are little tiny brown flecks. It's going to be cooked till it's brown, so you just need to rinse them, and that's fast. So here I am down to the little nubbin, and look at how much you have, just from that much work. So I chopped up the onions ahead of time. I just coarse chopped them. They don't need to be tiny. I'll probably chop them up just a little bit more. But as Fran can tell you, I am all about shortcuts and multitasking and efficiency. So as you can tell, I like a lot of onion. I happen to have some red onion in the fridge, so I'm adding that. So this is 4 good-sized potatoes, and equivalent to maybe 1 small onion, something like that. So meanwhile, as you know, my oil is getting hot. I like to add some salt, not a ton, because really where you're going to taste it is on the outside. So that's really the better time to salt it, in my opinion. I like some pepper. Okay, so this is about 4 potatoes, 1 small onion. I'm going to do 2 eggs. And one thing I always forget, I didn't get it out, but it's kind of important, is a little flour. I didn't used to use flour, and obviously if you're gluten-free, Robin, you wouldn't use wheat flour, but it's important because the potatoes have a lot of liquid in them. So this is another really, when I do about 3 tablespoons. So this is another way that you save time. Like some people do this whole thing about letting the potatoes sit and drip or something so that they get drier, or I don't know what they do. But this, you don't need to do any of that. It's so simple. In fact, I like having a little bit of flour in there. I think it helps as a binding agent, and a little bit of water from the potatoes helps the flour become a binding agent. So you've got a little glue going on, basically. Okay, so you can tell I don't spend a whole lot of time mixing it up, just a little bit, enough that the onions are kind of incorporated. And then we come over here, and Fran got me a thermometer. I'm so happy about it. So now there's no guessing when you have a thermometer. I never had a thermometer before, so obviously you don't have to have one. But in my experience with this stove, by the time it takes me to grate these potatoes and mix it up, it's ready to go. And sure enough, it is fantastic enough. Okay, so now I just, again, nothing special. I just take little scoops of this. Are you getting an idea of why this does not take me very much time? Maybe I'm committing some horrible culinary sins that I have no awareness of, but people love my latkes, so what? There's something I'm doing wrong. I'm okay. Now, notice this is a very particular style of latke. These are sort of hash browny latkes. Some people pulverize their potatoes into a mush. That's a different style of latke. It's just a different thing. This is easy and it's quick, and I like it better because you get these little crunchy bits around the edges that you don't get when you pulverize. Now, I always have paper bags under my sink. I put my latkes on a paper bag with a nice clean towel. You can see I didn't set up any of this ahead of time. I did not need to. It's just easy and quick. So by now, it's time to flip them over. Come see how beautiful these are. How perfect is that? Right? You don't want them too fat because we want them to be cooking in the inside. See? And I have this nice big pan that allows me to do 4 at once. Once I've flipped them, if I'm feeling a little anxious, I can add a 5th and a 6th. But I don't do that the first round because there's no room to flip otherwise. And I don't care if they're exactly the same size. In fact, just like bananas, it's a good idea to have some that are a little bigger and some that are a little smaller, because some people want a big one and then for their second they just want a little taste. So it's good to have different sizes in my opinion. Okay, so let's take a look. They fry pretty quickly. Let's see how it looks on the other side. Not quite ready. We want to make sure we have plenty of heat. Yes, we do. I'm on medium, high. Obviously, once you put the potatoes in, that's going to drop the temperature just a little bit. So you might have to adjust the heat after you put the potatoes in. So while that's finishing, I'm going to get my salt ready. This is Himalayan sea salt. It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters what kind of salt you use. I also really like to do the classic Lowry seasoned salt. Makes it yum. It's really good. All right, let's check it. So I think that's ready to go. Let's see how it looks on the other side. See how that is? That's probably pretty good. We're going to taste that and see if that's cooked enough. I find that it's pretty forgiving, that we can do a little bit more cooking or a little bit less cooking. It doesn't really matter. Again, some people like them a little bit cooked a little more, some people like them cooked a little less. But let's check this first one. You've been with me from start to finish. We ran out of memory on my phone a couple times, but I swear to God I didn't sneak in any fancy steps while we were away. So let's give it a taste. Oh, that is fantastic. little sour cream, little applesauce, and that would be even perfect. Thank you. Good luck.